Hello.
Hi.
This is Davina. We did a podcast together like 2 months ago.
We've never had the time, and we've just been so busy that we've never been able to schedule seeing each other until today. So we're just like, you know what? Let's go.
Yep.
Let's yap and then come back and let's do a podcast.
We're just gonna get the party started now. So how have you been, Davina?
Which that sounded so fake.
With all the lights and the cameras, it feels like a class presentation still. I'm like, okay, I could see why this was really awkward last time.
Is that why everybody was all like, when you go up, just imagine everybody naked? No, that does not help. Because what if my crush is out in the sun?
I'm drinking a Prime drink. It's the lemonade flavor, I think, which I really like. It tastes really good.
And then I'm following in his example by feeling schmancy and putting it in a glass. It's the grape flavored poppy.
What do you think about yours?
I think this is the best tasting flavor.
So Davina and we met at work like a few years ago, I think.
The first thing I said to you would always come in and go to our manager and be like, oh my God, hey. And then he would just click clack on his desk and then go be like, okay, bye. And I was just like, who's this bitch?
I was
just like, I need to introduce myself to this person. So
I just remember there was not a lot of people working in the office. Mm-hmm. And so anyone I got a chance to talk to, I'd always try to make friends with them because it was so boring. Just not having anyone to talk to at work.
Yeah. Well, you also worked from home, right?
Yeah, I worked partially from home. Yeah. But then they had me come in for 3 months at a time to do imaging stuff. So I was in the office a lot.
It's been so long since we sat down and spoke to one another and just had full-blown conversations. And I know you've been popping off and having a couple of things with your TikTok and your Instagram. And I saw that your Birkin video that you had was really popular.
Yes.
What made you shoot that one?
I have a friend named Vivian, and she's really cool. Mm. She's in our friend group.
Yeah.
She lives in Seattle now, and I bought a Birkin, I want to say a year and a half ago. It was a crocodile Birkin. If you know anything about crocodile Birkins, they're really expensive, and they're also really special. They're at the top of the tier when it comes to handbags. Mm-hmm. So I came across the listing on eBay, and it was really cheap, and I was like, wait, is this a real bag? So at the time, eBay was doing their authentication thing. I decided to take it to the Hermes in Bellevue, Washington, and I brought my friend Vivian with me, and we just had a regular shopping day. I was not prepared to film or to go viral at all that day. Mm-hmm. Literally, I was wearing shorts from H&M. I was wearing this tank top from Zara. I posted the video, and it got 500,000 views.
I know. I saw, and the comments were really mean, and I'm just
it was bad.
Guys, chill. Let him do what he does.
I know.
This brings him joy. You can't judge. Well, you can because it's the internet. But
yeah, I didn't think I would receive that amount of backlash on it, but it also gained thousands of followers from it too. Okay. So it's kind of interesting to see the comment section was really negative, but then there was also a lot of people following me.
Yeah.
So it's something's not adding up here.
I saw that video and I'm just I just keep seeing you and Vivian with all your little Squishmallow charms on your bags.
I know.
Essentially Jane Birkin, they made a bag for her because she used it for whatever she wanted. She just shoved everything in there.
If you see the pictures of Jane Birkin and her Birkin, it's literally all charms, necklaces, random things, beads on her bag. And it's people were calling me tacky for having Squishmallows on my bag, but I think it's kind of iconic, Yeah. The contrast between a really expensive bag and then just silly Squishmallows, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's super cute. I don't know what charm it is that. I think it's Labubu. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand the hype. I'm so sorry.
I know.
I don't understand the hype. But
I see a lot of people put 10 of those charms on their bags. Yeah. And sometimes they'll put it in their hair. As a braid in their hair.
That's really extra.
And I'm
but you do use this.
And I've also seen people with big ass rooms, spare bedrooms full of these dolls. Yeah. And I'm they're not even that cute in my opinion. I get the Squishmallow craze, but those dolls that you're talking about, I could never come to terms with those. Have you seen Coach's new Empire bag?
I have not.
Oh, it's a new carry-all. They're trying to mimic the Row bag.
Okay.
And it's this big travel bag. It's really unisex. I've been seeing a lot of men carry it too. Mm-hmm. And I think it's kind of cool.
Okay. Are you thinking about getting it?
No.
You're like, I love that for you, but not for me. Thank you.
It's $1,000.
Shit, really?
Yeah, like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like a really basic bag, but a lot of people have been getting on the craze, and they actually do everything by hand. So for the price point, they have one that's like vintage, and it looks like it's been worn in. So they'll like go in with like sandpaper themselves, and they'll like literally like sand it down, like in the factory. We're starting to get in this era where like men are wearing bags and stuff. I think it's kind of like, I don't know, times are changing in a way. You know what's interesting about the election is I feel like because there's like a male and a female dynamic, I feel like the men are more geared towards voting for a man. Like it's just this natural inclination in a man to like go like vote for a man.
Well, this is similar to like when Trump was going against like Hillary Clinton. A lot of people like didn't vote for Hillary Clinton and just voted for like Bernie Sanders, but he wasn't on the ballot. So their vote didn't count.
Right.
So I'm like, please, like if you're voting this time, like don't vote for somebody that's not on the ballot because that vote isn't going to count. Do you feel like there are other like designer bags that you feel have become like really tacky or like overdone?
I feel like Louis Vuitton for sure. I just feel like Louis Vuitton has become this like overly done brand where it's like all the soccer moms have it. I don't know, like everyone at the airport has Neverfull, and it's like you see it everywhere. So it's like what's the point of spending $3,000 on a bag that everyone else has? And like right now, as far as Louis Vuitton, I think I just only use like their toiletry bags, like their makeup bags, and like travel things. I don't know. I feel like wearing Louis Vuitton on a daily basis, for me, it's like a little bit too like flashy in a way, like too monogram heavy, too much of a status symbol.
Okay, this reminds me of like the time when like all the influencers were wearing Gucci.
Oh yeah.
And it was like with like all the logos. And for me, I'm like, I'm still a person, like I would like designer, but I don't want it to be like logos everywhere.
So as of recently, there's been a little creature that has been born into our world.
Yes.
Her name is Deng.
Yes.
And she is a pygmy hippopotamus. She was born at the Khao Keo Open Zoo in Thailand.
I love her. She is like the epitome of female rage. And I know she has a brother and a sister, but like...
Oh, does she?
Yeah, she
I
does.
didn't know that.
She's just dewy, unbothered, and just like is a beautiful, gorgeous creature. They have official Thai merch, and I'm about to call my family members in Thailand and be like, buy this for me.
What if we made a trip out to Thailand just to go see Deng? I would die. That would be so funny.
Oh my gosh, no. I would love that. But
so I actually was looking things up online, and there's also a hippopotamus in LA named Deng.
Oh.
Yeah, at the zoo there. So we're going to segue into something else.
Okay.
So Addison Rae came out with a new song, Diet Pepsi.
Yes.
This has been my summer anthem, you guys. Like, I have been listening. This is the only song I can listen to 100 times over and I wouldn't get tired of it. Yeah.
On a repeat. I really liked her VMA outfit. I know a lot of people were like bashing on it because like the side boob issue with like her outfit looked like it. But I think it was really fun. I think it was really cute and playful, and I love that for her.
There's this guy that does these TikToks in his kitchen, and he'll like go ham on his dances. Like he goes all in and he slays every dance.
It's so cute.
We're going to segue into friend groups now.
Okay.
So Davina and I have had our like fair share of friend groups and people in our friend groups. We've dealt with people from all across the board.
Yes.
I've had some female friends who are approaching their 30s. They have expressed to me that they don't feel like they can do things alone, like going to the gym, riding the train, or traveling to a new city. And the reasoning for this is simply because they're quote unquote girls. So I personally don't really get like who ingrained the idea that they can't do things on their own. We're in the West Coast, you guys. It's not like we're in like Mexico or like a third world country. So what are your thoughts on this, and what do you think contributes to that mindset?
Sometimes like you have to be like that independent and just go and do it, because at the end of the day, it hasn't happened enough to me that I was just like, oh my god, I'm just gonna not entirely just go to the gym at all. I've done trips on my own, like to LA, to like Texas, to like other places, and it's just like researching like exactly where you're going, making sure that like I make sure whenever I'm going out and I'm going by myself, I like make my friends know where I'm going. I share my location with them. If you have been like under your parents and you just haven't like gone under their thumb and like kind of gone out on your own, a lot of things are going to be scary because you haven't experienced it by yourself. You've always had like the parents, like if you have grown up with like either a loving parent or like overbearing parent, you've always had them to rely on. Your parents aren't going to be there all the time for you to hold like your hand and like lead you through life. You're going to have to do that on your own.
Exactly.
And like, yeah, it's a scary step.
Yeah, I don't think you should ever be afraid to go out and do things on your own, because I've been traveling alone since I was like, I flew from like Thailand all the way to Portland when I was 18. And I feel like if I could do it, I think anyone else can too. And it doesn't even matter that I'm a guy. Like, I think girls can do it too.
There are a lot of solo travelers that are female that travel on their own. And I think it's just like, one, you just have to prepare yourself and just really research like where you're going, just so you know like what to look out for, like places not to go, like times.
Those are the times that where you learn like your like lessons, and that's how you learn to like live life. We're talking about regular daily activities.
Oh yeah,
like,
bet.
Yeah, like those are the things I'm talking about. I think I'm just so over like the shame of like shaming other people that do things on their own.
It goes to the topic of like how men feel like even though they're getting older but like never gotten like a serious relationship or never been married, like what do you think like contributes to that?
So what I've noticed in dating people is there's always a new guy after like every 3 months. It's like they're flipping through like these different people, and as they come to in like a bigger age, I feel like it's kind of a red flag, because if you're going through all these different people and you're like 50, like why haven't you been married before? Why hasn't there been a serious relationship? It just makes me kind of question like what is going through his mind. And it's really hard to be like, oh, I'm going to be the one that's going to change that. Like, I feel like a lot of women get into that scenario where they date an older man and then he like doesn't want anything serious with her as time goes on.
Like why? Like why haven't you been in a serious relationship? And like you're a lot older. I'm just like, have you just been like never found the right person? Like, is it like you're the problem? Or is it like, have you ever been in a relationship with someone and they like never told you that they were already in a relationship?
No, but I have been on a date, 3 dates back to back to back, and like the first thing he said to me was hi, and then he tried to like kiss me on the lips, and I was like, absolutely not, we're not doing that right now.
Okay.
So I basically go on this date with this guy, and halfway through our conversation, halfway through the date, he said something like, oh, my partner and I, we like to do this and this and this. I was like, is there a reason why you didn't like disclose this in your profile?
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
And he goes, oh, well, I just didn't want people to judge the book by its cover. And I was like, you're being deceptive. You're lying to people. You're not being honest. You're trying to trick people into meeting up with you. You should have that at the forefront of your dating profile.
Did the other person in that relationship know that they were seeing other people too? Or no?
I'm sure they were. Yeah.
So like, I'm like, why didn't they just say like we're in an open relationship?
Exactly.
And like I would like to see other people. That's what pisses
me off. Like I don't care if people are in open relationships, but you need to tell people about that, because if you don't, it's misleading.
100%.
Literally, like what the fuck? It was just a really bad experience. I wasn't happy after I heard that, and I like literally just remember just like running up the bill and then like leaving.
Oh wow.
I didn't even say bye.
Was that like an experience here, or was it somewhere else?
Oh, no, okay. It was here. Oh, okay. It happened twice actually.
Oh wow, okay. We were on the topic of like people not disclosing that they are in like relationships while they are on dating sites.
Okay, so the second time it happened in Happy Valley actually.
Okay.
And I went out to coffee with this guy, and again, his profile didn't say anything about a relationship status. And you don't have a relationship status on your profile, I'm just gonna assume that you're single.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you disclose that you're already in a relationship?
Yeah.
Like, I would never think to ask that beforehand. So I go on this date with him, and then he goes, oh, like, I'm actually married. Because I asked him what he was looking for.
He's married?
Yeah. He goes, I'm actually married. Okay. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? This is like the third time at this point this has happened to me.
Oh, wow.
It just pisses me the fuck off.
And
like,
in all relationships, did the partner know?
Did ask, so why didn't you put your relationship status on your profile? And he goes, oh, I just like wasn't sure what my relationship status was going to be.
What do you mean?
And I'm
You're
like,
married.
I know, it's not what it's going to be. It's about what it currently is.
Yeah.
I understand you might be on the rocks.
Yeah.
But that's still not an excuse not to put it on there.
How do you feel of the dating scene here compared to like other cities?
It fucking sucks here.
Okay. I can agree to that. And I know that you've tried to like make me go out and like date, and I'm just like, but I don't want to. But also because
that's probably for the
sucks.
best. That's probably for the best, to be honest. I had my friend Michelle scroll on Tinder for me, and she the whole time it was left.
It's so sad.
I know, I don't want to be mean, but like the pool here in Portland is just not it.
Okay.
And then if you find someone, it's like their whole personality is like doing mushrooms and like hiking, and it's like
very outdoorsy types.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I love the outdoors, but I love that for you. I don't love that for me. What cities have you had like really good dates in? Was there any?
So honestly, San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah, San Francisco was where like it was like back to back to back dating.
Oh, okay.
And it was like someone like, and they were all good people. Like the one thing I really love about San Francisco is like everyone there has brain cells. Like I feel like I learned so much from just like talking to these people, and then I'm also like making a lot of friends too.
Okay.
And like these are people that got to work in tech. So like some of these people got to work with like Tesla and like Elon Musk and like these really big companies, and it's like really cool to hear like their story. And what's cool about San Francisco is like everyone's around my age.
Okay.
So like a lot of people in their 20s are there, a lot of people in their 30s,
Yeah.
a lot of Asians too. So I always feel at home when I'm there, and they just like to have a good time. I don't know. It's kind of, I love San Francisco.
I know that you were saying how like you wanted to move there. Like how would that work out with like you like wanting to like become a nurse?
I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, well maybe I could find programs in San Francisco that do nursing. So I was thinking like maybe just living there for 6 months, like claiming my residency there, and then like getting in as a resident. I actually went on a date with this guy, and I told him my plan. He was like, you do not want to be a California resident.
Yeah.
The taxes are like through the roof. And I think he said the taxes are like 20%, 15-20% or something like that. So he like really steered me into like staying in Portland until I graduate, and it's really only like a year and a half anyway. So.
Okay, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rely on my Prozac to get me through this next year and a half.
Seasonal depression is really real here because, like I said before previously, the sun sets and it gets dark at like 3 o'clock when it's like fall winter time, and like it's really hard for me to like struggle like get up in the morning and everything like that. I'm on the same boat with you about wanting to like get out of Oregon and just like move. Portland, I feel like, yeah, my family's here. The only things that are holding me back is like one, money, but two, like my pets. Like I'm not gonna leave them.
Yeah. The only thing for me is definitely like sometimes my family doesn't even do like Thanksgivings or Christmas anymore, and it's like, what the fuck? Why am I here? Like, what's the point of being here?
Me.
I know. I'm so grateful for my friend group, because like if it wasn't for my friend group, Portland would be like a shit show for me.
I know.
Like I would need to go on Prozac 100 milligrams. Anyways, guys, so that was pretty much all the topics we have.
I'm sorry that it was crazy and hectic, but
No, it was great.
I love that.
I'll chop it up.
Thank
and
you.
we can like make it look good. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, John Superboy.
And then it's DAVIAKHOU on
Yes.
mine. But yes, we will see you next time. Hopefully
Bye,
I will be in
guys.
it. Bye.